All right, so we're back for day 2. Of solving multi-step equations. And what we learned is that a multi-step equation can have up to 5 steps. Step 1, let's go back through those, is to distribute if it's necessary. Remember, it's necessary if you have groups, if you have parentheses. Step 2 was our new step. That was to combine like terms that are on the same side. And when we say on the same side, we mean the same side of the equation. So when you draw that line down through your equal sign, they got to be on the same side of that line. Step 3, if there are 2 variables, you cancel the smallest variable. And you do that by either adding or subtracting. Step 4 is to undo addition or subtraction in your equation. And then step 5 is to undo multiplication or division. And in the end, that variable should end up alone. So there are my 5 steps. And let's do a couple of examples here just to kind of remind you what you're doing and get you going again on this. Okay, so here's the first one we'll do. We're going to solve 8 times x plus 4 minus 2 times x minus 1 is equal to 70 minus 3x. So I'm going to go ahead and take my red pen, draw my line through my equal sign so I can see side 1, side 2, and get going. All right, so step 1 is to distribute if necessary. And it is, because I see a group right here, x plus 4, that's being multiplied by 8, and I see a group right here, x minus 1, that's being multiplied by this negative 2. So I'm going to have to do the distributive property a couple of times here. I'm going to distribute an 8 to the first set of parentheses and a negative 2 to the second set of parentheses. Always remember the sign directly in front of a number belongs to it. Now let's look at the members of our groups. We have a 1x and a 1x. And then we have a positive 4 and a negative 1. So here we go. We're going to first do 8 times 1x. 8 times 1 is 8. Reattach x. Then we're going to do 8 times positive 4. That's positive 32. Now we distribute the negative 2. So negative 2 times 1x is negative 2x. And then we finish up with negative 2 times negative 1, which is positive 2. So we had a couple of places we had to distribute, a couple of groups. All right, now we're going to take this equation and we're going to combine like terms on the same side. So let's start with side 1. We have an 8x and a minus 2x that are alike. Alike because they both have x. We have a positive 32 and a positive 2 that are alike because they don't have a variable. So we're going to do 8x minus 2x, which is 6x, and then 32 plus 2, which is 34. So we get 6x plus 34. This side doesn't have like terms. It's got a 70 and a negative 3x, not alike. One has an x, one doesn't. So we just bring that down. Combine like terms on the same side is done. Cancel the smallest variable. Notice this problem has a couple of variables in it. It has 6x and it has negative 3x. We only want one variable, so we're going to cancel out the one that's smallest. And the smallest one is this negative 3x, this minus 3x. So because he is minus 3x, we're going to do plus 3x to cancel him out. Have to do it to both sides. Subtracting 3x, adding 3x cancels. So let's see what we have now. 6x plus 3x is 9x, plus 34 is equal to 70. Cancel the smallest variable, done. All right, we're going to undo adding or subtracting. If I cover up 9x, I can see that I have adding 34. So I will do the opposite and subtract 34 on both sides. Adding 34, subtracting 34 cancels. So I have 9x is equal to 70 minus 34, which is 36. Now the last step is to undo multiplying or dividing. I see 9 times x, so I have multiplying by 9. So I'm going to do the opposite and divide each side by 9. Multiply by 9, divide by 9, cancel, so I get x equals 36 divided by 9, which is 4. Step by step, one thing at a time. Really watch your signs though. Really watch those positives and negatives, because that's where things can get a little bit mixed up. Okay. All right, I think we'll do one more together. And for this one, I think we'll do this. 5x minus x minus 18 equals 6 minus 2 times x plus 15. Draw your line through your equal sign so that you can see your two sides, and here we go. All right, step 1. We're going to distribute if it's necessary. It will only be necessary if we see groups, and we do. Right here is a group, x minus 18, and right here is a group, x plus 15. Now, what's in front of this group? Because I don't see a number. Well, I know that means there's a 1 there. And then in front of this group, I can clearly see my minus 2. So let's get this squared away. On this group, we're going to distribute negative 1, because that's what's in front of the parentheses. And on this group, we're going to distribute negative 2, because that's what's in front of the parentheses. Now, let's look at the members of each group. In this group, we have x, which is 1x, and negative 18. And in this group, we have 1x and a positive 15. All right, so here we go. Notice right now I'm not doing anything with this 5x, so I'm just going to bring him down and then distribute. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x, and negative 1 times negative 18 is positive 18. Over here, notice I'm not doing anything with the 6, so I'm just going to bring that down. And I'm going to do negative 2 times 1x, which is negative 2x, and negative 2 times positive 15, which is a negative 30. So I have distributed. Now, step 2 is we are going to combine like terms that are on the same side. Combine like terms that are on the same side. So I'm going to get some colored markers for this. On this side, my first term is 5x. Negative 1x is like him because it has the same variable part. And then I've got this plus 18 that is different, so I'll use a different color for him. So let's do what this says. This says to do 5x minus 1x. 5 minus 1 is 4, so I get 4x, and then I'll just bring down the plus 18. Now I need to do the same thing over here. I need to check for like terms. So I have my 6, which is like negative 30. Neither one of them has a variable. And then I've got my negative 2x that's different. So I'm going to do like terms over here as well. So I'm going to do 6 minus 30. That's a negative 24. And then just bring down that minus 2x. So notice on this one we had like terms on both sides. So we do that on each side. All right, step 3. Cancel your smallest variable. Remember, there have to be 2 for you to have to do this step. So does this problem have 2 variables? And the answer is yes, it does. We have 4x on this side, and we have minus 2x on this side. Who is smaller, 4 or negative 2? The answer is the minus 2. So if it's minus 2x, we do the opposite to cancel and add 2x. Do that to both sides. Minus 2x plus 2x are opposites, so they cancel. All right, so let's see what we have here. 4x plus 2x is 6x plus 18, and that's equal to a negative 24. Now, we're going to undo addition or subtraction. Now, you all know this is the point where I would cover up this 6x and see that I have adding 18. So to undo adding 18, I will subtract 18. Add 18, subtract 18, cancels each other out. We get 6x equals negative 24 minus 18 would be a negative 42. And then our last step is to undo multiplication or division. So when we see 6x, we know that means 6 times x. So we have multiplying by 6. We'll do the opposite and divide by 6. The multiplying by 6 and dividing by 6 cancel each other out. So we get x equals negative 42 divided by 6, which is a negative 7. One step at a time, one thing at a time till it's all done. Try today's problems. If you have any questions, again, please let me know.